Okay, this is DragonofEternity, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In the last couple of videos, I went through the two post-MSQ dungeons, which was the Smile Turn and the Dreamscape. So in this video, I want to start the Pandaemonium Raids. And I guess as a timestamp, I'm recording this in the week that Savage is out, so I've already missed like 2 weeks worth of loot. Oh well. The joys of wanting to record this. So, Nemgigi is an NPC outside of the Baldessian Annex, and she has a quest for me. The Crystal from Beyond. Nemgigi nods at you as if she was expecting your arrival. Hehe, it appears my calculations were correct. I knew that at this very spot I would encounter none other than Mariashna, the hero who saw us through the final days. So certain was I of my math that I stood here for about 2-3 weeks. Well, let's not concern ourselves with that. I am Nemgigi, assistant to one Professor Claudian. We work with the Eterscope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are beyond even our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we but recently discovered, for instance, defies our very conjecture. You have been to the centre of the star and far beyond it. However, so we hope that you may see something in this crystal that we academics do not. I beg you lend us your well-travelled eye at Aporia. Professor Claudian will be awaiting your arrival eagerly. Where's that? Where's that? Where is that? Oh. By Aporia, you meant that place. Okay. Okie dokie. I was expecting it to be somewhere in Charlian. Not in Labyrinthos, but I guess he was working on the Eterscope, so it makes sense. Let's see, let's put a couple of things on. I doubt I'll be taking you anywhere, but I might as well keep you at an hour. So, let's see, I assume it's you three. Hello. As I live and breathe, it really is you. I assume Nemgigi was simply attempting to pull one over on me, as it were. Perhaps I should pay more heed to her wild claims. Alright. Welcome, welcome. We appreciate any insight you can offer on the matter of this crystal. What crystal? Professor Claudian will share the particulars with you. Alright. Sup, Claudian? There's going to be no voice acting in this raid series, is there? Well, there was a bit in Eden, I guess. Let's see. Greetings, Mariashna, and welcome to my humble laboratory. I am sure Nemgigi has already told you plenty about us, but allow me to introduce myself personally. I am Claudian, leader of this little research collective. I must admit, I have been nervous about this meeting ever since Nemgigi set out to find you. For a researcher in my field, there is no greater an honour than to meet the first woman in history to traverse the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale. The Professor speaks often and at length of your deeds, but he has no small number of achievements to his own name. He has peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other in Charlian, and the breadth of his knowledge is peerless. Peerless perhaps, but for a single woman, we must seize this precious opportunity to learn what we can from her, and perhaps crack this conundrum that has stumped the three of us for moons. Alright. It was we who peered into the fathomless sea from the Anti-Tower in the Dravanian hinterlands. There we spoke with Heidelin, and learned of the fate that would befall the star the final days. Wasn't that like 15 years ago? Soon after, all research was moved to Labyrinthos, and through the Eterscope did we continue our vigil. As impressive a work as the device is, however, it can glimpse but a fraction of the sea's infinite depths. There might be a whole expansion in there. Who knows? Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we recovered an unusual crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared before us suddenly, as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. Uh-oh. We found that it possessed an ethereal density that exceeds that of normal crystals by orders of magnitude, and its shape resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not formed. Unfortunately, that was the extent of the information we could glean before we were forced to turn our focus towards the Exodus. The crystal was very nearly forgotten amidst the sudden upheaval. But thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, me, that crisis is now behind us, and we are free to resume our research. First did we decide to seek you out, the dauntless adventurer who delivered into the unknown, the dauntless adventurer who delved into the unknown and beheld its innermost secrets, and now we would have you see for yourself. Alright, show me the crystal. Wow, you moved a whole table here. Here is the crystal in question. If it resembles aught you have encountered before, even by the smallest degree, please say so. I see a Zemph figure, or I guess just a memory crystal. Yeah, it's a memory crystal. It holds the information of the convocation of the 14? Yeah, with a Zem it's 14. Memory abides within this crystal. As I thought, you do know what this is. Please, tell me everything. You see, it all happened when I was in the first, and then Elidibus decided to possess Oddbert, and then I had to save Ishtola, and then I was Amarot for the second time. And then I had to use the crystal a couple of times to summon people. I see the Ascians use these to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. It was plain that this crystal was special somehow, but this revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations. Similar artifacts have appeared throughout the ages. Memories of martial techniques manifested as crystalline shards on the battlefield. Oh, Bosha. Or storied stones passed from master to student. Soul crystals. A comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor? Ascian memories, windows through which we can gaze upon the convocation of 14. Unlike the crystal in Mariash's story, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. Who then could these memories belong to? And more importantly, why were they stored in this particular shard? More importantly still, why was it set adrift on the ethereal sea? Good questions that I hope to find out by the end of this raid. In 6.4? Yeah, 6.4. Professor! Professor! Claudian! Huh? Yes? I'm well aware that contemplation is the key to breakthrough, but there is propriety to consider. God, it's been a while since I've recorded. We have a guest, one you invited explicitly. Must we do this every time? What? Ah, yes, of course, I guess. Terribly sorry. I do so easily find myself unmoored by the tides of rumination. It's not the worst behaviour I've seen in this game. Perhaps a more engaging use of your time with us would be for you to take up that crystal, if indeed there are memories stored within. They may reveal themselves to you upon contact. Okay. There we go. If anyone, message, come, Pandaemonium, Please. Faces. Grey fret. Star. In danger. That expression does not bode well. What did you see? What did I see? I only heard. Pandaemonium. 'Tis not a word I have heard before. If my knowledge of the ancient tongue serves me, it means all demons. Oh boy. Not a name that inspires optimism, all things considered. In the event that another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, I would have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memory to hand. Nemjiji, Rui Senard, I entrust their procurement to you. If there are more memories to be extracted from this crystal, we will find them. I suspect this is either how we get the savage fights or how we get the next quest to return to Elpis. As for you, Marishna, there was a person I would have you seek, the one who has delivered so dire a warning. Your story tells us that this crystal could very well have been made by one of the ancients. If that's the case, then discerning the nature of this pandemonium would require a trip far into the past, to an era before the Sundering. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the very hero who traversed time to prevent the world's doom. Oh great, I'm the hero of time. Why isn't that a title in this game? I must confess the tales people tell of your adventures beggar belief, and their veracity has been a subject of much debate among my peers. After today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is fact. So I ask you now, return to the past. Find out what and where Pandaemonium is, and if we need be concerned by this message. Okay. Thank you. For the time being, should keep the crystal in your possession. I do not think you have seen the last of its memories, and more may be drawn out as you approach their source. Safe travels, and may we meet again soon to share our findings. Well, that was a scene. For Professor Claudian, I would burn the candle on both ends, or rather, I will. First, I must find the historical documents he requested, and then, what was I meant to do again? That's a good question. From this moment on, our objective shall be to fill every cranny of this place with crystals. Surely the gleaners won't mind braving a few haunted battlefields for the right price. Oh, good luck with that. Pray journey to the past and ascertain the severity of the threat. Keep the crystal for now, until we find a way to listen to its messages. It will do more good in your hands than ours. Okie dokie. You want me to go into the ocular? Not just teleport to Elpis? Okay. Unless there's a scene with... Oh. Okay. Yeah, there was a scene with Elidibus, wasn't there? He remembered us, but we weren't there, but we were. And then you had the mysterious person after the credits. Yeah. So how is this permanently active? If receives this message, Come, Pandaemonium, quickly. Hell. I don't look right. Oh, I know where we are now. Oh, sorry, we bumped into you. Could it be? No, of course not. Apologies. But for the briefest moment I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. Well, I am technically part of a Zem, so... I could be. She told me a falling star would appear before me, and I suppose you must be it. Truth be told, I did not expect the expression to be so... literal. What? Themis. Or Themis. How do you pronounce this? Apologies for not introducing myself properly. My name is Themis. Or Themis. Themis. I'm going to go for Themis. My name is Themis. As you can see by my bare face, I am not one of Elpis's observers. Rather, I am come here on an assignment, which has more or less routine up... which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here, for it is plain that you do not belong here, or any place I know for that matter. Oh, thanks. I mean, both of these are... well, the top one's false. Let's go for assignment. Are you here to investigate Pandaemonium, perchance? It would not surprise me should we share a purpose. If so, we may be able to help one another. But first, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? We're never going to see how this happens, do we? I see. I believe that dispels any major doubts I had concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive, but you must understand this is an uncommon occurrence. I shall pry no further, for I am well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, I would very much like to take a look at this crystal of yours. Is that wise? Are we making another time loop? This is a bad idea. Fascinating. Well, I cannot say as to what it contains. It is clear that there are memories stirring within. Memories that speak of nothing, of something gravely amiss in Pandaemonium. The facility extends beneath Elpis, and is overseen by the words of La Habrea. Alright. It houses those creations that are highly valued as research subjects and highly dangerous to the Star. Naturally, it is strictly guarded, and under constant surveillance. Let me guess, not anymore? Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding ether was detected. Soon after, all communications from Pandaemonium ceased. Oh shit. I am here as representative of an organization that works directly with the Convocation. I don't suppose you end up summoning Heidelin in the future, do you? And I've been tasked with investigating this incident. Now that there is some measure of transparency between us, might I offer a suggestion as to what we do next? Go to Pandaemonium? That's what I do. Right, before I continue this, how to pronounce... Let me put the bloody thing in Google. Not at the beginning. Bloody phone. How to pronounce Themis. Or Themis. Themistocles? Themis. 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 Or Themis. Either way, it's with a fee. Okay. Thank you, Google. Let's see. What am I getting? Where's the mouse? Direct, crit. I'll go for direct. Okay, so it's Themis. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment by speaking with Mylene in Aporia or Dejol in radz-at-han. Okay. Where familiars dare. Themis is eager to commence the investigation into Pandaemonium. Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let us journey to Pandaemonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I am loath to part ways from the falling star I had been waiting so long for. Why is my phone buzzing now? What did I do? Oh, it's just giving me bloody updates. Alright, I can just go over there. Let's see. Originally, I planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier, Azem. She had also noticed the anomaly near Pandaemonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, she eventually decided that it would be unwise for both of us to go. If two members of our organization were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities, it could raise questions, you see. I decided to go alone, but she left me with these words. Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you. While I could not comprehend her meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. She does have a way of being light about these things. I suspect if you're a male character, it'll say he. Even so, her hints are Even so, her hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say, I am grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must gain permission from the words of La Habrea for entry into Pandaemonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at Anagnorisis. Why is English so difficult? It's my first language and it's still difficult. Let's see. Should be over here. There we go. Right, so Femus. I sent a request for permission before setting forth to Elpis. With luck, we shall not be waiting long. Words of La Habrea speaker. Hi. How are you? Amazon's familiar. What a fascinating etheric signature. Ahem. In accordance with the convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandaemonium. I shall register your ether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandaemonium as you please. Woo. Now, that was a painless process. I take it as a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigations together. Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. You are to heed the warder's instructions at all times. Okay. Wait, can I check something? Well, I'm going to check it anyway. Yeah, both windows are shut. Okay. Warders. Pandaemonium Wardens, you could say. Oh boy, I never played FF11, but I have heard the horror stories of that superboss. Those who conduct their work within Pandaemonium are called Warders, for their role with respect to the creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of a soul must be undone. However, the words of La Habrea have deemed certain such creations as worthy of future study, interring them within the facility. Of course he would. Those who spend their days in Pandaemonium are not merely researchers, they must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandaemonium is such a frightful place. I know not the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits a report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master La Habrea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. Now, is this the same La Habrea that got well, he didn't get sundered. That we had to fight a bunch and got killed by Forden? Or is this like a previous iteration, like Azem and Finar? I guess I'll find out. Then I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss as of late. The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in ether have been observed, but surely Master La Habrea would have acted if they were anything worth worrying about. I see. It appears La Habrea is kept well abreast of the goings-on here, then. I hope I am not overstepping my boundaries by asking, but you seem to be quite familiar with La Habrea, or Master La Habrea. Do you know him? Know him? We've met. That a mere familiar would have had the honour to meet Master La Habrea. He is not known to easily afford others his time, so you must be extraordinary indeed to be granted even a moment of it. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is of the convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. So why didn't Emmett Selk go here? And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandaemonium. The naos that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Lefe. Or Leaf. Lef. Either way. Let us delay no further. Yes, let us not delay. It's been half an hour and I haven't fought anything yet. Hello. Pandaemonium can be reached via the hurry before your companion leaves you behind. Okay. Oh, that's... Wasn't that like the mossy one in the Chasing Meteon MSQ? Yeah, it was. Huh. Well, I guess I'm about to use it. Dare I ask how much time has passed for moss to grow on it? That's a good point. So it's either time or just the nature being quick in this place. Yeah, it's this one. Right, Femus, let's do this. I had to contain my surprise for the sake of appearances, but is it true that you two have met La Brea in the flesh? I find you both fascinating by the moment. Well, you see, he sent a bunch of... what was it? He sent a bunch of Empire people against me, and then he possessed Thancred, and I exorcised him from Thancred, and then he decided to hang out with the Pope, and then the Pope turned into a god king and killed him, and then ate him with his sword. It was hilarious. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We shall come to know each other in time, I wager. Or else, why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let us be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled Pandaemonium with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure, eh? Travel to Pandaemonium, or teleport to Pandaemonium. Right, what am I in for? Oh. Well, okay then. It is much as I feared. The speaker seemed in such high spirits that for a moment I thought the ethereal irregularity not nearly so grave a portent as I had imagined. Alas, 'twas a fleeting and vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and wards, the untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. Oh, that's Tiamat up there. At least I think that's Tiamat. Like the original Final Fantasy 1 Tiamat. So is this like a giant birdcage? Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Someone, or something, is tampering with the protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Fear not, there is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. The silence in the air speaks volumes. While I did not expect a bustling facility, I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there is something you must know. It's about to come down onto this platform. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandaemonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. You have that much power? Were there another way, I would gladly choose it. But let us, at least, be grateful that neither of us is here alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceful or peaceable solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see us through. This quest doesn't come as a surprise, to be honest. Of course, you have my promise. Let's not be an asshole. For once. Thank you for offering your help so willingly. If weapons are drawn, I hope to be able to lend at least a touch of magical support. That'd be nice. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your ether as basis for illusory allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 shall do. Not exactly an army, but by looks of you, a formidable band nonetheless. So they literally made a lore reason why there's 8 people in the Pandaemonium Raid. Then, so shall it be now. What, I wonder, awaits us in Pandaemonium's pitiless halls? Again, we are in a bloody boss arena. As for Delos, the first circle now accessible. Okay. You know, this music's actually pretty nice. Dumb question. No answer. Okay. So I suspect I can't go through here until... Oh, no, I can. Wait, what? What? I thought that would be like you have to break one barrier and then another and then... Okay. Huh. I suspect I'm going to be stopped here. Yes. And I can't jump onto that section. Okay. Okay. So, let's see. Raid's Endwalker. The discovery of a crystal born from the far reaches of the ethereal sea and the desperate plea contained within lead you once more to Elpis Way. Your trajectory quite literally collides with that of a young man named Themis. Like you, he is here for answers, seeking the source of an etheric disturbance, culminating in a loss of contact with the Gowl, housing the ancient's most dangerous creations. It is this place, this pandemonium, into which you must now descend. Do I do this as Dragoon, or do I do this as Red Mage? Because I might want to have the heals. I can't say for sure what lies ahead of us, so let us make ready for the worst, and we shall not be taken by surprise. Okay, so I guess I'm waiting on the first Pandaemonium Raid, then. Do I really need to wait? That kind of sucks. Oh well, might as well take another look around while I'm here. Oh, well, that was quick, and I did not need to cut the recording session. Lovely. So what gear would I want from this raid? It's 1 drop from each boss. You need 4 for the chest, 4 for the legs, 2 for the helm, arms and legs, arms and boots, and then 1 piece for each of the accessories. And the ring is unique, so you can't have 2 of the rings. So if I wanted to, I could work on getting the chest this week, or I could get 2 armor pieces, or I could get all of the accessories. Oh, hi. You alright, buddy? Is this voiced? I'll save them. I must. Uh-oh. This appears to be one of the warders we seek, but I am afraid he is in no state to answer questions. Perhaps you should... something. That went way too quickly for me to read. Oh, that is Order of the Condemned, Eric Fornoyos. Noyos. I don't know how to say your bloody name. I'll ask Google after I've killed you. Alright, so P, hi. Hopefully I don't show pie chat. And this is gonna be funny. But I must save them. But first... First what? Run all you like, but my chains will catch you. Okay, so I assume this is dodge the chains from below the... Nope. Alright, Gowler's Flail, Jailer's Flail. So that's that side. Okay. I'm learning. Water's Wrath. What is that gonna be? That is a room right AoE, okay. Okie dokie. Oh. Oh. Oh! So I should have probably been in the corner for algorithm. Yeah. Let me get to that side. Well, that's a learning experience and a half. Well, we're about a sixth of the way down. Be assailed by ice and flame. Overwhelmed by the power of fire. Go over here! And now overpowered by ice. Go to fire. And now overpowered by fire. Go to ice. Okay. It's good to know. Water's Wrath is a room wide. And that is a tank buster. Is it an AoE tank buster though? You leave me no choice. Shining cells. I can't allow you to run free. Everyone's standing in red. Oh. Oh, okay, I see. The ball's floating around them. I see. That's light, so fire? Fire. And now I need to go it. Nope, that's Oh, dead. Or full stacked. Jesus. Oh. That's not you. Oh, that's not me this time. I could maybe arm's length that. It's worth a go if I have it again. Yeah. Go up the crowd. Okay, so light is step on the red. Okay. Confirmation. No, the lives of my colleagues are at stake. The balls are you on about? Should it cost me my life, I will triumph. Feel an overwhelming heat. Ice. I messed up that combo. Alright, so I'm fine. I could just stay here all the time, and I'll be fine. Fire and ice. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. Right, everyone's had a turn at Dragon Sight. Ow. Just when I had... Just when I had that Vuln stack gone. Jesus. Well, might as well keep up the heals. Heavy hand, Dankbuster. Honestly, this doesn't seem too bad to tank. I might take my tank into it. Yeah, work on those tank mounts. That'll be fun. Shining cells, so back to the other platform. Light, so fire? And away from that chain. Alright, so ice. Oh, back to fire. Alright, so 2 fires. Mixing it up a little bit. And, okay, just over here. I didn't get off in time. Okay, but back here. Blue and go? This might be a terrible idea. I hope I don't get animation locked. Double Dragoon die. And let's do this. And down we go. Ba-boom. So I only died once. And now you're back to normal. Lovely. Da 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 da. So let's see. What do I want from the gear? What do I want from the gear? A ring would be nice. Let's see, I could go for... Well, that's all I can get from here this week. Okay. Okie dokie. Give it to you, and we good. And a ba-boom. Whoa. Well, that was a thing. I might want to end the video after this quest turning. Just to keep these under an hour each. Yeah, that was a thrilling display, and if I may be so vaunting, the warriors I spun from your ether fought even more splendidly than I had expected, or anticipated. I suppose they were cut from excellent cloth, of course. Well, after all, we should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robe of a warder. Ah, yeah. And I would be very curious to know what drove him to attack us sight unseen. Alright. Is he alive? Marshta, he stirs. What came over me? It's coming back to me. My mind was filled with a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, for I knew naught of your intentions. Pray accept my apologies, and my thanks. Had you not knocked some sense back into me, I may have fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. Can I check how to say your bloody name before I continue? Eric von... Right. How to pronounce Eric von I-O-S. How to pronounce Eric phony us with a U. That doesn't help you at all. Nah, just want to say the other one. Alright, what's it sound like? Come on, Google. Help me out here. Come on. Load. Load. Google your butt. Come on. Let me see how to pronounce it with a U then. There, while it's bloody loading. Oh no, it's loaded. Right, how do I say this? Oh, bloody adverts. Screw it. It's not even loading a bloody ad. I am Eric Forniotsa, a warder of Asphodelos. Has it loaded now? No, I refuse to load. Okay, fuck it, I'm calling you Eric Fornios. Or just Eric for short. A warder of Asphodelos, Pandaemonium's highest layer, and the place we're in now. One must wonder why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandaemonium? The creations interned within Asphodelos have been set free, and stalk its halls, to no end but violence. Why? That is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before? No, never. Each level of Pandaemonium is under the charge of a key ward, who keeps strict control over the most minute aspects of their domain. They're selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master La Brea is absolute. Yet something is gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is overwhelming. I hardly realized that I had become separated from my colleagues. I remember a chorus of whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury, then blackness, from which I awoke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone. I see. Your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind. Perhaps the self-same ones that saw you separated from the other warders. Whatever had taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from its clutches. That you've come here with from the surface means you must... That you've come here from the surface must mean some word of our plight has reached the outside world. If you know anything that may help, pray tell. It's just us, buddy. The outside world doesn't seem to be aware of what's happening here. Horror among horrors, so Pandaemonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within. By the same individual or individuals that released its captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Themis, was it? You said you worked for an organisation under the auspices of the Convocation. Were they to receive word of what has transpired here, what measures would they take? Doubtless they would consider this place to be a lost cause. Pandaemonium's ties to the outside world would be severed, or perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. That's a bit much, ain't it? Does that include everyone in it? As I thought, were the creatures to escape into the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of La Habrea would never risk that, despite what value the research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind. What if you turn again? You would go alone? I won't leave the other warders to face certain doom. I know they fight for survival even now. They wouldn't abandon their duty. They would see the creatures return to their cells at all costs. And so, I must do the same. Themis, I know the request I'm about to make of you is a monumental one, but please say not a word of this to the Convocation, until I've been given a chance to set things right. Eric, you're a madman. Forgive my rudeness, Eric, but my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be consigning yourself to an early death. Strength of resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. That being said, our investigation has only just begun, and we would be remiss to turn back ere we made an exhaustive survey. So, for the time being, there is slightly more than resolve to rely upon. It is me, who died once in that fight. I knew you would be all too eager to join us. Each moment since you fell from the skies has been more interesting than the last. More and more you remind me of my dear friend. Which goes some way towards encouraging me that this matter will yet reach a satisfactory conclusion. God, if it turns out that I'm as... Well, I am as am. If it turns out that he's Elidibus, then that just makes 5.3 even more sad. We were best friends and we fought. So you agree to help? Mind you, I don't know if this guy is the Elidibus that we know. It's just, you know, same voice actor after the end credits. And that part in the Crystal Tower. For the moment, our goals align. The protective magics of Pandaemonium yet hold. So, for the moment, time is in our favour. Let's proceed upon the course you and Mariashna have set us upon. Themis and Mariashna, yes? Thank you. The warders owe you a great debt already. We shall be glad to have someone familiar with Pandaemonium's halls by our side. A party of 3 is ever so much more entertaining than a party of 2. Now let's turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates. In case any have followed you out. I can read. Don't worry. I might be getting dyslexia. Maybe. You never know. So, let's see. Let's go for crit this time. Okay, so that's Pandaemonium number 1 done. So now for 2, 3, and 4. Oh, now we're just at the entrance. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, I think I'm going to end this video here because it's gone over an hour now. So, this has been DragonofEternity going through more Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In this video, I started the Pandaemonium Raid questline. I got back to Elpis, I met Themis, I have made it to Pandaemonium, and I fought a guy that turned into a bigger guy. So, fun times ahead if that's the easiest fight. So, with that planned out, viewers, with my rambling hopefully now finally done, until next time.